I have a cat butt in my face. Welcome to Nerdy Later. Hello, Marvel. Get your cat butt out my face.
What's up, YouTube? And welcome back to episode 5 of Nerdy Later. I'm your host, Alpha Prime 88, and my co-host, John, who's better known on here as Legends of Cybertron.
Hello. You're waiting for the cue then.
So this is, as I said, episode 5. We've actually just realized we've been doing this now for 5 months. We're hoping to have a special live episode this time next month, and we will hopefully be announcing a special guest, and we plan to do our top 5 wish list for 2024. So if you like the sound of that, definitely tune in for the live. I will be announcing it on Instagram, and I'm sure John will be posting on his Instagram as well. So the legends all know time, date, and who will be joining us for the special 6th episode. So we're doing this, by that stage it'll be half a year, just in time for Christmas.
Hey.
So we'll get into it. How was your nerd month? Did you pick up anything? Have you watched anything? Read anything?
To be honest, I haven't picked up anything at all this month. I've literally been too busy, focusing on figure collectors. But I have watched Uncharted last night. That was a good film with Tom Holland, based on the video games. It's not bad. It's not actually that bad. Yeah, It's all right.
I've heard good things. I completely forgot about it. I must put that in the list somewhere. Just gets lost because there's so much on that I'm watching at the minute and stuff. But
it's a treasure hunt movie, so.
Yeah.
Ooh,
yeah.
But Thanks, joke. I'm sorry. Carry on. Have you got anything this month?
That's your joke for the night.
Yeah, that's it. I'm done now.
Well, I had to look back. I had to look back to see if it was this month or not, because I couldn't remember what it was that I announced last month. So I got the Prowl and his upgrade kit.
Yeah.
Legacy Prowl, based on the animated one, and I really wanted the upgrade kit with him to do the whole samurai
actually.
Sort of mode. So it is really, really cool. I done a video review of the actual upgrade kit. I got the Legacy Armada Megs.
Thought you might. At some point.
It is nice, but as I mentioned, I think it's in my review. It's going up tomorrow, so it'll already be up before this. But that shoulder is terrible. There's nothing there to tab that shoulder in. It literally just.
Wow. Is the other shoulder the same?
Oh
my God! Right. Okay.
You know what I mean?
It doesn't look very
big miss, big time. But other than that, he is a nice figure.
Yeah.
I haven't got this guy opened up yet. My nephew decided to tear this bit of it on me. So,
oh dear.
He got his hands on it, but I haven't got him open yet. I think it's the last Junkion that I needed. Junk keeps coming out now, but last but not least, I got Swerve, Fans Toy Swerve.
Oh, I think I saw. You've done a video on him, haven't you?
Yeah, I did.
I saw it advertised on YouTube.
Yeah. Because I compared him with this guy who's still sitting now on the table. That's the bad kid one. It's just not good. Well, it's all right, but it's not.
Hello, Marvel.
But no,
cat butt.
To be honest, as it stands, I have nothing for next month at this rate, because I've had nothing the last couple of weeks. That was about 2-3 weeks ago, I think, and I haven't had nothing since. So it's been a very quiet month. But it is coming up to Christmas.
Marvel, come on. Come on. That's it. She just wants to be on telly. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Carry on. Sorry.
So we'll move on, and we can do some announcements. Now, as of this recording, we're recording this on the Tuesday. PulseCon just did reveals, and I use that word lightly.
Okay.
So first up, obviously, we've actually looked at this before, the Bumblebee and Starscream 2-pack.
That's right, yeah.
That Starscream actually looks all right. I quite like the Starscream. Bumblebee, I don't know. I'd probably see person.
Yeah, I'm
But
not keen on the Bumblebee, but the Starscream is really good. Really
yeah,
like the look of him.
yeah, Starscream definitely has sort of piqued my interest, but I'm not sure whether I'm going to get him or not. I'll probably wait. I'm not going to be pre-ordering anyway. If I see it in Smiths or something like that, I'll pick it up, maybe have a look at it properly. The other announcement they did was this is the only reveal that we hadn't seen before was the Soundwave, and
Yeah.
I don't know what your thoughts on it are, but my personal thoughts is it's
I
terrible.
quite like that Optimus, if I'm being honest. I
The
really
Optimus
like
looks good.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
like the Optimus, but I'm not keen on that Soundwave. I'm not keen on it. At all.
I just think like his arms are like really stunted compared to his legs. He's like
Yeah,
2/3 legs and 1/3 top half. Or
yeah,
top.
it's a bit. I mean, to be fair, it's like the aesthetic with like a game model, isn't it? So they've probably gone down that route, but it's not very. Yeah, the Soundwave's not good, if I'm being honest. But the Optimus is a good Optimus.
Yeah, like the actual
Yeah,
Hulk doesn't look too bad.
yeah, the almost not too bad. It's just the figure. It's just
There's
bot mode.
something really off about that bot mode. Like,
Yeah.
So they've released Core Class Mohawk. We already
yeah.
take pictures of him. See, that's the problem. He gets leaks. That's maybe where we've seen them all early. Mohawk, not for me, obviously. I did hear his sword. He has a little Lego sword.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
that's right.
He's
He's not actually that bad. He's not that bad at all. I'd probably take Mohawk over Novocaine or Frenzy that came out.
Oh yes, they're just out. I just don't have an attachment to the character, to be fair.
No, same here.
And then the Bumblebee movie Frenzy.
That's right. Yeah.
Or is it? No, Rumble.
It's Rumble, yeah. That's Rumble, and it goes in the chest of. Is it the Voyager class Soundwave?
Is that the one that like turns into this big, like flat looking,
like a car?
Yes.
Yeah.
It looks very odd.
Like a Cybertronian car.
Aye. It's just you got
Van.
Wheeljack. Van, yeah.
Yeah.
Again, I don't collect too much movie stuff, like so, but if anybody that's listening likes the movie stuff, then happy days. You're getting your cast filled out here. We have the Scorponok.
Yeah, I quite like that.
Scorponok looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
In Scorpion mode anyway, I'm not overly keen on it in robot mode.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one.
But yeah,
Scorpion mode looks really good.
And we have Junkeep. So just
yeah.
mentioned he's got released, so I'll be picking that guy up because the Junkie ones are just awesome. I've really liked all the ones they've done. Then we have Studio Series Starscream.
Oh yeah.
And I
from Fall of Cybertron, is it?
Yep, Fall of Cybertron. Yeah. And there's his jet mode.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad.
You know what? The more I look at it, when I first seen it, I was like, yikes. But I actually took down I don't know how to transform video there Monday just because I wanted to take down my original Fall of Cybertron Starscream and just get a look at it. And when I messed with that there and realized, all right, the chest looks a bit better than that. This one looks like it properly tabs in properly and all the arms and stuff. That other one's just the arms are just a mess. Just
yeah.
So I'll definitely be getting that Starscream anyway, but I still think the chest's just that wee bit off, in my opinion. But who knows? Maybe get a DNA upgrade kit for it. And then you got the concept Megatron.
Oh yeah.
Who actually looks really cool. To be fair, I think his jet mode is like an afterthought. But I mean, they got it for. Hang on, I get a better one here. The tank mode.
Oh yeah.
So they're going down this concept sort of art route now with the figures. I'm not completely in it, but I did release on my Instagram page stuff. I thought when they announced the Megatron with the concept art, and I was thinking, what other guys could they give us concept art ways? And I was thinking, I don't know whether you'd seen it with the TF Nation. They had the unreleased original script for the 1986 movie, and it had like a train transformer snake, like a train that transformed into a big snake and stuff.
Oh, right. I don't think I saw that.
I must send you a picture of it. Actually, I don't even know. I can't get it up straight away, but it looks really, really cool. And I was like, if we're going to go down the concept art, why not give us that thing?
Yeah, that would be good. That would actually be good. But yeah, I don't think. I've seen her. She's here again. Yeah, did I see it though? Do you know, I can't remember. Send me over and I'll look anyway.
It's I'll have to get it together. So the list that I was able to get my hands on, I think it's ripped from some shop or store or whatever. It's put them up as product. They have the product numbers and stuff. So we're getting Transformers Generation Legacy Star Seekers Deluxe Cannonball. Say that 10 times fast.
No, you're all right.
So Cannonball, it's an interesting one because I think he's like a pirate. That's like a name that goes down. It's not sort of, well, maybe someone will correct me, but I don't think it's like mainline, if you know what I mean. It's sort of, they're pulling that from a comic book or something like that there. I'm not sure. It was like a leader of like a pirate faction of Decepticons, I think.
Was it? What's that one that there was like a pirate set of Transformers. I can't remember what the.
Oh yes,
Thundertron was it or something like that?
Yep, something like that. There was like a pirate version and stuff. I think there was like a whole set, was there?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
one of the cons over in America, I think. Might have been BotCon or something like that, I think. But I think the only one I could, whenever I read that, there was a Transformers Prime Ratchet recolor in them. He's kind of like an orange or goldy white sort of color. So that'll be an interesting one. I'll have a look at that. I'm not sure whether I'll be in for it, but next one up is Transformers Project G-Wiz. G1 or G1, no, G.I. Joe times Transformers.
Oh, G.I. Joe.
As the Triple T with Sergeant Slaughter and Leatherneck.
Oh, yeah, Sergeant Slaughter. Yeah, they did a comic book with that.
Yeah.
They had Sergeant Slaughter in the G.I. Joe and Transformers story. I'm sure they did. Never read it. But if I did read it, it was like, it's gone. I can't remember. I'm too old to remember. It's gone. Boom, gone.
Something has to go.
It's there somewhere. I remember something, but I don't know if I read it or not. I can't remember.
Well, I haven't been collecting any of the G.I. Joe and Transformers crossovers. I think there was Megatron, and there was Soundwaves coming out and stuff. Bumblebee, I think there was one for him as well. So now you're getting cut. Surprised they haven't done an Optimus, but maybe that's up down the line. So next up is Transformers Generation, it's just saying Transformers Gen MPM Brawl in bracket Hover. So I'm assuming they're continuing on the Masterpiece line of the Bayverse stuff.
Yeah, it could be.
But MPM isn't it?
There's a few
Masterpiece movie or something like that.
Masterpiece movie, yeah. MPM, yeah, you might be right on that one.
Yeah, so it's good to see that they're continuing on those ones, but I haven't picked up any Masterpiece stuff. So again, I don't collect a lot of movie. I pick and choose through them if they look really cool. Like I have the dragon just because I like dragons, and I have a few other bits and pieces from the movie verse, but not a wide lot.
Yeah.
Here's one that nobody called, including ourselves. So we're getting a Transformers Generation P-Con, so I'm assuming that's PulseCon, DTC Dino King.
Oh. There's a surprise.
Yeah, nobody saw that coming.
No one saw that coming at all.
And it looks like
I'm so shocked at that announcement. Oh no.
Yeah.
I mean, what exactly is that one, I wonder?
it could be a whole. They must be recoloring something.
Oh, gee. Oh, now then, what could that be?
So they finally, it's obviously coming as a box set, which we predicted it would probably come as well.
We did do that.
So it's going to be a Pulse Con, the looks of it, exclusive.
And I did say that. You predicted the actual box set, didn't you? And I said it'd be the other one. So together we got it bang on.
Yeah, that's it. Two heads of them on. Transformers Leader Optimus Prime and Autobot Bullseye. Now I believe that is a Target collab.
Sounds like a Target Master collab thing, doesn't it?
Because their thing's a Bullseye, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be like an Optimus, and then have probably a Minicon renamed as Bullseye or something. It's a leader. So
have you noticed though? It's like the second Optimus has been announced along with the other Optimus. You know, it's like the reactive one, the reactive Optimus, and then that Optimus again still sticking with the Optimus or the Bumblebee.
It's always background. That's why
I
have a funny feeling that next year's HasLab's going to be a Omega Prime, Ultra Magnus and Optimus from RID 2001. Because they just Optimus sells.
Yeah, he does.
There is people watching those sort of things because they get comments, so they saying what they hoped it would be. Then we have 2 Rescue Bot listings, which obviously I'm not getting. Transformers Classic Heroes Team Optimus Primal and Transformer Classic Heroes Team Mirage. So they must be bringing them over from the movie because they're in the movie, so they're going to bring them into the Rescue Bots of some sort. I don't watch the Rescue Bots, I think they had like the Academy or something. So unless they're going to bring them into that, but that is it for those listings. And as I was showing you them before, I believe this is reformatted MMC, so we're getting a Jetstorm. From
it does look quite good actually, that though.
Yeah, it does. This is the first time that they've done a mold that they're using for 2 different characters, and that is IDW Metalhawk out of the same mold. So that's, and then their alt mode is get that light.
Oh yeah, no, that's nice. Quite like that.
Yeah, that is actually. I mean, that's as close as you're going to get to a Beast Machines.
Yeah.
Jetstorm, and funny enough, it actually is very close to the actual Metalhawk's alt mode from the IDW comics. Like, so those 2 are I'm very interested in picking up. And like I says, it's the first time that MMC where the 2 or one of the molds haven't suffered, if you know what I mean, or both have suffered because they've tried to make 2 characters out of the one thing. Like, they've done things in the past where the biggest one was Whirl, and then they tried to make him into like the Beast Machines, one of the bosses, the commanders. Can't remember his name now. His name's left me. He was one of the second sort of round of bosses. There was Jetstorm, Thrust, and Tankor were the 3 generals they started with, and then we got the other 2 then that came out afterwards. So they done that, and I thought both of them suffered because they tried to make it so they could do it for both of them. If someone had a better IDW world, that one's gone for me. Last announcements that I have is the Kang Toys Dinobots.
Oh yeah,
these guys. That swoop looks pretty cool.
Yeah, the swoop does actually look pretty cool.
And
I think they actually combine as well. You know.
Yeah. I seen the combined mode. I didn't get a picture of it right now. Then you've done like the Spinosaurus.
Oh yeah.
And this actually does look pretty cool. Like there's the Grimlock.
Oh, the Grimlock. Yeah.
Yeah.
It does look pretty cool, that, doesn't it? Look at that.
No, it's just a different take with a dinosaur head and the shoulder and stuff.
Yeah.
It does. It's piqued my interest now. Like I've said to you before, I didn't go in for the Kang Toys Predaking. It just was a wee bit stylized. I think it looks awesome. Don't get me wrong.
Oh no, I know what you mean. It's well, I've always said it looks very Iron Factory stylized.
Yeah.
It looks a little bit Iron Factory.
Yeah.
But it's good. I quite like it. But I don't know. I still can't get past the 6 beasts rather than the 5. It's one of them.
Yeah. I
But
mean,
the gorilla does work because he forms the top half, the legs, and the bottom half of the torso, doesn't he?
I know a lot of people probably say for the sixth member being like a primal as such, but if you don't like it, the primal, but just put it in its pants mode. Pretty much is what it is. It's like the waist and the thighs, and just set it to one side. So you don't have to use it. Just keep it to one side, and then whenever you're building the combiner itself, I mean, the only other way around that would have been either to affect Razor Claw, or they would have just had to give you a parts forming bit. So they've give you a parts forming bit essentially that can't stand alone figure. So I think it was a pretty smart choice in my opinion.
No, I agree.
A lot of people didn't like it, but I thought they could have just give you a parts forming bit and charged you whatever for it. But at least they've give you another figure out of it. If you don't like it, put it into the pants mode and leave it there.
Or keep it in the box out of the way. It's one of them. But
exactly.
I mean, who is going to have any of them in robot mode or beast mode when you can make Predaking? Everyone's going to have Predaking on the shelf. So it doesn't really matter.
I have Toy World Devastator, and I got him out of box. I did look at each figure as they come out. But he's now standing in combine mode, and he has been in combine mode since I put up. Same with Zeta Superion. He's in combine mode. Looks absolutely awesome in combine mode. So when you're getting a combiner team, unless you're buying 2 or 3 sets of it, like 9 times out of 10, you're putting it in the combine mode, and that's how you're displaying it. Like so.
Of course you are. I mean, I've got all the Zeta ones now, but I'm just not put them in combine mode, and I wasn't keen on Silver Bull. The actual bit at the back that obviously you take off the nose cone and whatnot.
Yeah,
I wasn't keen on that at all. In fact, how did it come out? How did it come out in the box in yours? Did it come out as full Superion, or did you have to put them all together?
Yeah, the mini one.
Yeah.
No, I had to put them all together. It was like kind of like the box set you would have got, for G1 and all the.
I get you.
I thought that was a real nice nod. Like it was like as if you were opening the gift set of the original G1. Like so, now they were all in jet mode whenever I got them.
Right. So you had to transform them first, and then.
Yeah, transform them, and I transformed them all in robot mode and how do we mess. They're actually really nice. Like I says, if I was to go back and start my collection, I wouldn't go with Master. Like if Legends had to come out at the same time as Masterpiece started, I would have went Legends.
Yeah.
For the fact that you can fit so much more, and they're like so good. Like that's Superion. It's fantastic. Like I love it.
It's a good Superion.
Little Legends collection just up there. I only have like half a dozen of them or a dozen like Legends scale figures because I just pick and choose. But that Superion looked that good. Like I had to get him. So, but again, if I was going down the road again, I would definitely go Legends scale. Anybody that's starting out now, if they ever ask me for advice on what they should do, I would definitely point them in Legends scale direction. Like it's just better. Although they're getting quite expensive these days as well.
Yeah, they are. I have noticed that. There's still some that are quite cheap. I think the Zeta toys singly, as they are, come between 25 and 30. But New Age are always the ones that are like 50 quid upwards.
Yeah. Like I'm seeing Legend scale figures now at like 100 quid, and I'm going, wow, I never thought I'd see the day like a Legend scale figure at £100. Like, I mean that Armada Megatron's not even £100.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? That's whenever even what Fans Toy Swerve, I think he was like 80.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So how does a Legends figure end up at 100 quid?
Being more. Yeah, I agree.
It's crazy.
I think Motormaster was 120, but the box you got for Motormaster was insane. You had all sorts of bits in it. You had literally the trailer that transformed into the whole body of Menasor.
Yeah.
You also had Motormaster that transformed as well. It was actually a decent set for 120, but it's New Age. It's like when you get to like New Age, I don't know, say Omega Supreme, you're talking 140 quid,
Yeah.
and it's a massive figure. Obviously, compared to for all legend scale, it's like a massive figure. But yet, literally, when it comes to masterpiece, it's like literally just a bit bigger than say I don't know Jetfire.
Yeah.
It's just I don't know. Price
That's
the
what
good. It's good plastic and it's good, very well made. But I don't know. When you think about small figures, you think of it being a small price, but it's not. It's actually quite a big price.
Yeah, because like I never got why they were doing like an Omega Supreme and all them sort of ones. Because I thought the actual main line Omega Supreme from Siege and stuff, they scale with the Legends figures better, I think. Anyway, you can make the Legends figures actually drive around on the track and all this sort of stuff. Like,
Yeah.
so I suppose it's each to their own for their scale and stuff like that. Maybe in robot mode he scales better or whatever. But I always thought that you can actually interact your Legends figures with them in city mode, if you know what I mean. Better.
Well, that's why I said on my video with the Omega Supremes, Hasbro's Omega Supreme is brilliant in alt mode because you can put all your legends with it and it fits perfectly. When it comes to robot mode, New Age, well, not New Age, but Legends in general, Legends Omega Supremes are probably the better height.
Yeah.
But when you're watching cartoons or the comic books or reading the comic books, should I say, when you put Omega Supreme in alt mode, the bots in legend scale form actually walk around quite nicely. Well, obviously stand next to it very nicely.
Yeah.
But you put alt mode, excuse me, if you put a legend scale Omega Supreme in alt mode, it looks too small.
Yeah. Please picture now. Yeah. So I think that's it for Transformers. You sent me across some pictures of Blade. I'll let you take the lead on this. As I say, I took a quick flick through them there, and it looks really cool.
Well, I first came across. I'll say first about the actual Marvel Legends Blade that I've seen. This is probably pretty brand new, if I'm being honest. But it's a really good looking figure. 6 inches tall, and it actually looks very good. I mean, obviously it's not Wesley Snipes when you look at it, but it's very good. But it kind of reminded me of the who was it now? Let's have a look. Present Toys Blade.
Yeah,
bring that up. Present Toys Blade. It actually has the whole kit from say Blade 2. You got a stand. No, that's Susu Toys. That it's the other one.
Oh.
It's called Blade Warrior.
Yeah, this one.
That one.
Yeah,
that dude. I've seen him about 6 months ago. He's still not out to buy.
right.
But he's literally. It looks like Wesley Snipes. It is Blade, isn't it? When you look at it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You literally just can't get any better than that. But the whole reason I was talking about Blade, obviously because of the Marvel Legends line, but also the Susu Toys version.
Yeah.
That's coming out. That's actually Blade from Blade Trinity.
That's the one that sticks out in my head. Blade Trinity, I think.
Blade Trinity, because it's got Ryan Reynolds in as Whistler's. No, not Whistler's. It was Whistler's daughter, wasn't it? And then obviously Ryan Reynolds, Triple H was in it, all that lot. And it was basically, I think it was slammed as not being the best Blade. And to be fair, it was good, but Blade 2 is not my favourite.
Yeah.
With the Reapers and whatnot. But
them in years. Years I haven't watched them. But as you sent me the picture, like with the Marvel Knights.
Yeah.
So you get Marvel's Lady Bullseye. You get
I didn't see that.
Gamerverse Midnight Suns Iron Man.
Oh yeah, Midnight Suns, that was it.
Yeah. And then you get Luke Cage. There is Daredevil. Clea. 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 You get Blade.
Cleo?
Maybe it's Cleo. No, definitely.
Clear, all clear.
Yep, clear.
Mindless One series, here we are.
There.
I'm on in-demand toys. Oh, yeah. I don't.
Yeah, looks like a nice set. I sort of half expected Midnight right enough to be like the whole Midnight Suns, but
He's actually sold out, on in-demand toys.
is it?
Yeah, he's actually sold out, Blade.
So did the Scarlet Spider and stuff. Whenever that got announced.
Yeah,
just
quite good.
So
it's actually quite good. That actually, I don't. So I can see it never. Anyway, never mind.
so that's the full set then. So we have the but it does look like a cool set. Not for me. Obviously, I'm only a Spider-Man and X. That's my only sort of things at the minute. For Marvel Legends, because I mean, you could go really deep into Marvel Legends. And let's face it, I'm already up to about here in Transformers, so there's no room.
Yeah, no, same here. Well, with Legend scale, anyway, I am.
Yeah. So no more rabbit holes for me. I've actually, bar maybe one or two characters, that'll be my Spider-Man shelf finished, and about 2 or 3 characters away from completing the X-Men shelf, so I'm good. And I'm only getting like the main cast that I would know from my childhood. Obviously you can get, there's loads of mutants and stuff out there, but I just want the main characters, like, so I think I've only got Professor X, Juggernaut, and Sabretooth that I want to get now, but I'm waiting to get the right ones, if you know what I mean. So
yeah, I know what you
mean. With this whole 97 sort of one coming out, I've got the Rogue, Magneto, and Gambit from that line, from the the new 97 one that was released. So I got those 3. They fit perfectly, and along with the rest of the guys from the classics one that they've done there recently. They come in like the VHS sort of boxes.
I know what you mean.
They all fit in perfectly. So, like I says, Professor X, Sabretooth, and Juggernaut, and I'd be happy with my X-Men shelf. I know there is, those 3 characters are out there, but I'm going to wait and see if they give us them with this new 97 series coming out. So that's what I'm going to wait and see. So that is probably all the news. There was the Old Man Logan you sent me through too. That's
it was very nice.
Cool.
It was very cool.
Yeah.
Again, though, it's like you say, it's like going down the rabbit hole, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's definitely. I mean, as you look at the face, the mold is definitely, Hugh Jackman, isn't it? When you look at the face.
I know it. I feel sorry for whoever's going to take up the mantle after Hugh Jackman, like, because I mean,
I know it's
marine, like.
Yeah, it's not gonna. I mean, when it comes to I think it was. There's a YouTube thing, Nerds Northwest or something like that. I can't really remember the name. Anyway, they were saying like who's top of your list of the people. If you mention like a certain character, who do you think, who plays the perfect part? So obviously Iron Man isn't Robert Downey Jr. Could you see anybody else playing Iron Man? No. Wolverine, that's Hugh Jackman. Could you see anybody else playing that?
Yeah.
Each character, Wesley Snipes, Blade. It's one of them. It's, even though Blade's been recast, you're always going to be looking at the other guy going, you're not Wesley Snipes. He has to do something completely different, but good at the same time.
Don't try and imitate.
Don't imitate. He's got to do his own thing.
Got to put your own right time.
Yeah.
So that's going to be the hard one to follow up. Topic wise, what do you want to hit to the topic? Have you got any ideas, or have we list?
Topic wise. I thought the topic was the Hasbro's that we were talking about.
Yeah, if you want to lead that, because I think you were chatting about that, weren't you? About doing the Hasbro.
Yeah. To be fair, yeah. I mean, Hasbro as it stands, when you obviously when you think about it, the being mass produced and whatnot, it's just I don't know. I think I'm not really prepared for that. I will actually have to look more into it and write something down for it. But when I said Hasbro, I meant like the Hasbro real announcements that you talked about.
Yes, and they weren't great.
Yeah, they weren't, were they? So it's like that's why I thought to go with a bit of Blade, because obviously Blade piqued my interest. The Mindless One set piqued my interest, but that was not much else to say about that.
Yeah. Well, we go with I have like a topic there about Megatron being a gun, and your thoughts maybe on him being a gun. Should he have been a tank? Leader of Decepticons becoming a handheld weapon for one of his underlings. Like we could do that as a topic, or I was going to
Go
put
for
it down
it.
too.
Yeah, we'll go for it.
Excuse
me.
So
to be fair,
we'll just do it on date. Like so, this month's topic we're going to talk about G1 Megatron, and it's probably an unpopular opinion. Should he have been a gun, a handheld gun, or should he have actually been a tank in the first place? I know his later iterations, he has been a tank through Armada, even into the movieverse. I don't know what your thoughts are, John, but I have my own personal opinion. I'll let you lead with yours first. Do you think it was I mean, I know back then the toy was coming across as a gun and stuff, but like even for G1, I know everyone likes to stick with G1 being the way it was, but if you could go back and change it, would you change it to him being a tank instead?
I probably would actually. I mean, now that we're older, and you obviously Megatron turned into a gun back when we were kids, it was like, oh, it's cool, he's a gun, and Starscream can shoot people with him, and it's like, but Starscream was always trying to overthrow him. So in the entire cartoon series, the movies, well, the movie, should I say, Starscream never once thought about breaking him apart while he was in gun mode.
I always thought, when I'm looking back on it now as an adult, and you have your adult head on you and going, when he transformed into the gun, why didn't Starscream just lock him away in a box and go, there you go, you're stuck in there now?
Or, Megatron, I tell you what, if we ambush Optimus Prime from the top of that volcano, we'll make him come up to us and we'll shoot him. And then, no, transform Megatron, I'll shoot him from here. Yeah, in you go. See you later. I now rule the Decepticons. You will follow my lead.
Exactly.
Megatron will be dead and that will be it. But the entire series was Starscream literally trying to get one over Megatron and lead the Decepticons. And, I mean, thinking back now as an adult, he would have been good as a tank.
Yeah.
Literally, I mean, not a Cybertronian tank, just a bog standard Earth version tank would have been ample enough.
Yeah, 100%.
Even I mean, back then I think was a big jet plane would have been better. Maybe Blackbird or something like that. Don't know whether a Blackbird was around at that time. Maybe it was a bit later, but I'm sure there would have been something along them lines. God, even Concorde would have been good. You know what I mean? But back then it was obviously a gun. The design had come from Diaclone and come from China, so obviously he came over as a gun. So they made Megatron a gun, and that was that. But as you get older, Megatron is portrayed more and more as a tank or a Cybertronian jet.
Yeah.
Hell, even the jet that Cyclonus turned into would have been good for Megatron.
Yeah.
That's
what people. I think I know there's people like obviously you can't go back and change it, and yes, G1 Megatron was a gun, and we all acknowledge that. But I think if everybody really thought about it, if you could go back now and sort of just go to the designer and sort of go, no, you can't put the leader of the bad guys transforming into a handheld gun that one of his underlings or followers then has to manipulate. For me personally, that could have been like Starscream or whatever. One of them guys could have transformed into a gun for Megatron to shoot. You know what I mean? I just think the big bad should be transformed into this big massive tank. Like even there, when he became Galvatron, he turned into a cannon.
Yeah, that would have been good for Megatron.
You know what I mean?
That would have been good.
Do you think maybe they thought that after a while, and that's why when they made him into Galvatron, they didn't make him into a space age gun. They actually made him into a full blown cannon that he could operate himself.
Yeah, I think that's what they did. I think they were looking mainly for a Cybertronian style type of weapon, maybe.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm saying half. Some of the Decepticons were turned into Scourge and Cyclonus. Then you obviously had Megatron turned into Galvatron.
Yeah.
And they were more sleek in style, weren't they?
Yeah.
But I think Megatron might have been better as a cannon way back in the beginning. But yeah, I think maybe as a tank might have been a lot better for us back then.
Yeah.
Because the only thing I don't like Megatron as is a truck in Michael Bay movies. Sorry, but I just don't like that.
No, don't like it. Don't like it.
It doesn't match. And a lot of people get confused when people say like, not people, but Optimus Prime saying in the Transformers cartoons, the later ones. A bit like you and my brother Megatron and this and the other. Oh, is Megatron Optimus's brother? No.
No, he means it.
No, he means literally, you're my bro, dude. You're my bro. Yeah. What are you doing that for? That's what he means.
Yeah.
Another thing I don't like about the story of Megatron is that he later on for us anyway, in the stories later on, he was literally like this pit fighter that rose from the ranks and overthrew government, basically.
Yeah.
Pretty much that's how it was, wasn't it? Where in the old G1 cartoons, it was kind of he wanted to rule Cybertron, but the background was missing.
Yeah.
It was, I don't know, it's just certain things get added as the years go on, and certain things don't make sense when it comes to it. Maybe Megatron, like Orion Pax, as in the old G1 cartoons, was just like a worker, wasn't he?
I was just an average worker, just
an average worker. Yeah. And eventually, Optimus Prime was created, wasn't he? Because he got killed, or mortally wounded, shall we say?
Yeah.
But in later series, Optimus was Megatron's like ward, manservant type thing, bringing Megatron this, that, and the other. He was with Megatron, and he didn't like that, and he turned and ended up being a Prime. And I don't know. It's just certain things don't make sense, but it's the storyline that continues as the years go on. And I think Megatron will probably have another turn eventually. They'll probably turn him into a bridge or something like that. Yeah. They'll probably turn Optimus into a gun.
I just sort of got this one because of all the issues they're having now with being able to give us an 86 Megatron and stuff like that, like a proper. I know they're doing that bridge one stuff like. It's pretty much just the siege one. So they can't give you a gun alt mode because of the whole, guns and stuff stuff they talk about. So it's just like, in hindsight now, looking back on it, a tank would have been the option.
It would have been.
Not the practical side, but now later on down the line stuff, now that it's a big deal being the gun alt mode. But I always just thought, even as a kid, I thought too, why why is the boss transforming and being fired by his second in command? Like, I never ever got that as a kid, although I accepted it as a kid. But now looking back as an adult, I'm going, this just doesn't make any sense. Why is the big bad like transforming into a gun and firing on people? Oh, I don't care if he's the most powerful. He could be the most powerful weapon, but essentially, he's pretty much as good as a minicon is in the later Armada.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, if you think about it, he even goes from like this massive robot into a small gun.
Yeah.
And yet he still has the same punch as he does when he's in robot mode.
Yeah, so why does he transform at all then? Because he could just stand there with his fusion cannon.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Bang.
That's that I just don't get. It's like, why?
See, back when we were kids, though, that was like, oh, he transforms into a gun. That's super cool. That's.
Yeah.
But as you get older, you start to realise that Starscream is completely always at Megatron's throat trying to overthrow him. So why did he not destroy him when he was in gun mode? So it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
And why did Megatron transform into a gun? It was just basically to sell the figure, if I'm being honest. It was a cool design that would sell figures. And if you make the gun the bad guy, people would go, oh, I like Megatron. He turns into a gun. Not just any gun, turns into a Luger. Well, is it a Luger? No, it's not a Luger. Is it a Luger? Walter, that's it. Turns into a Walter.
Yeah. I completely get it. The whole gun thing and stuff was out or whatever. But I was thinking, he could have made that one of the bad guys. That gun transformer could have been anybody, and he still could have done the leader as the tank. You know what I mean? Like it was just a bit of a miss for me. I think. It would be so much more. They just look more badass. The leader of the bad guys rolling up as this big massive tank, like, so they obviously maybe thought that, or whoever was doing Armada at the time, because that's what, when it came to Armada, Megatron was the tank, Optimus was the truck still, and that just made more sense. I think even what G2 Megatron was a tank, so somebody somewhere along the line thought, this is probably a better idea.
Yeah, so someone did think that.
So even going back, like there's G2, so back in the late 80s, early 90s, they were ready sort of thinking Megatron
should be a tank.
Them themselves probably even thought the exact same as we're thinking now. Just unfortunate it wasn't thought of 4 or 5 years earlier or whatever.
Well, I mean, if you think about it as well, the way things go these days, a tank would have been way better to do than a gun.
Bar the Bayverse having him as a Cybertronian jet or whatever, or a truck at one stage, which we'll not talk about. But like I mean, the Siege figure that came out and stuff, he's a tank.
Yeah,
the Kingdom one, I think, obviously because of gun regulations and stuff, but it makes sense. A tank.
Yep.
So,
I'd much rather. I think going forward, I probably would like to have Megatron as a tank. I don't know what the outcome's going to be with this new Transformers. Is it a movie or a series they're doing?
I think it's a movie. You're on about Transformers 1.
That's it. Yeah. Now it'd be interesting to see if he have him as a tank.
Yeah. That'll be the real interesting one to see what way they do that, because that's supposed to be the story of Optimus and Megatron rising sort of thing. So it will be interesting to see what they go with that. Are they going to go with the nostalgia side of it for a lot of G1 people? Because let's face it, a lot of people will probably hate it if it's not nostalgia, based on the 80s or the older Transformers. But at this stage of the game, that's all it really is. It's just the nostalgia that's what it was when you were a kid. But you have to think, it doesn't make sense. Yes, when I look back on it, I mean, I have Masterpiece Megatron there, and he transforms into a gun. That's classic. That is what I remember, Megatron being.
Yeah.
But now looking back on it as an adult, it makes more sense for him to be a tank. So therefore, I would be happy enough if they just went with him as a tank, or some sort of gun turret thing, like what Galvatron was, like a big cannon.
A cannon would, an actual cannon like Galvatron was. That would have been good.
And they could even in the one movie, like they could even make a reference to why it ends up becoming a gun. Maybe some part of his transformation or something gets affected, or maybe somebody done this transformation to make him less powerful, or they could do something like that, and then that makes reference going into the original G1 series of why he's now a handheld gun. But they don't have to do the handheld gun thing in this, the origin sort of story, this Transformers 1. They could have him as a gun turret or a cannon or some sort.
Yeah.
And just that wee bit in the story, they sort of go, right, we're going to reduce his power a wee bit, and he's now going to have this alt mode, or like a smaller alt mode, like as such. Could be something like that there. And that there would just tie everything together, and you don't have this silly, well, not silly, like I'm not criticizing anybody that's listening to this that is really hard into their G1. I personally, when I think of Megatron, G1 Megatron, I think gun.
Definitely.
We're just trying to talk about the topic of, if you were to go back now, it does make more sense for him to be a tank rather than a handheld weapon for one of his other things. And that's pretty much what we're doing with this conversation. We're not trying to say that anybody thinks the gun mode is terrible or anything like that there. This is just our thoughts going back now, looking at it as an adult and seeing everything that sort of came from it, and thinking the gun maybe wasn't the best choice at the time.
Yeah, true. But like you say, it's nostalgia for us,
Correct. Yeah.
We grew up with Megatron being a gun, and he will always be a gun to us. It's just that you think, going forward, if you got so much trouble with guns and weapons and knives and bombs and stuff like that, then going forward, turn him into a tank.
Correct.
Or a jet. Yeah. Because if you think about Shattered Glass Megatron, he was a Cybertron E-Jet with two cannons on his shoulder.
Yeah.
Well, a cannon on each shoulder, should I say. So, I mean, it is there to make him into something else. But I think going forward, he should be a tank, really. I mean, if I'm being honest, though, if they made him into a gun, I'd be like, they made him into a gun. But then you have to think, what gun is he making him into?
Yeah.
Because there's so many guns out there. I mean, are they going to make him into a Glock? Are they going to make him into a sniper rifle, or something like that? If they make him into a
47, or
are they going to make him into a double-barrel shotgun? It's one of them. It's just. Yeah. If you're G1 orientated, he will always be a gun. Even now, for me, he's a gun.
100%. Yeah. I'm not trying to say that I don't like it as a gun. Like, I mean, we think about G1 Megatron, he's a gun. I just get the conversation of it. In hindsight, now it probably should have been a tank, and I'm quite happy going forward for him to be a tank. I think, as you said there, the truck, I can't relate to it as much with Megatron. You always think truck, Optimus, or even Motormaster. So the tank just seems to fit better with Megatron. I think, it's a vehicle with a huge big gun on it, you always see Megatron with the big gun on his forearm. So therefore, it makes real sense.
The one thing I didn't understand with Michael Bay's movies, or Michael Bay's movie version of Megatron, is he didn't really have the arm cannon, but he turned it into a tank with a cannon.
Some of the Michael Bay versions, we could probably do a topic on it. And
oh God, we're not going down that rabbit hole. God no.
we could be here tomorrow morning, and it's not that I hate the Bayverse. I mean, Bayverse has a big part to play in Transformers and the fandom, and everyone has to understand that too. But if you wanted to look at it as a topic at some point, and just sort of pick through the bits that they could have maybe done better, or just weren't done, they had a lot of hype, like the Dinobots. Just for an example, Dinobots, I thought this is going to be freaking awesome. They're going to bring the Dinobots into it, and the way that they did it just was rushed.
Was it really a Dinobot? It was more. Well, I can say they were Dinobots, but they weren't Dinobots. And Grimlock wasn't a T-Rex; he was more of a dragon without wings. I mean, I don't get it.
Yeah, I just put me into the writer's seat. I'll sort out something.
Oh yeah.
But as I say, we'll maybe do that as a topic after Christmas. Sometime we'll do. We'll think of some way. Either we'll split it up into movies, or we can just discuss the favorite. I think it's probably easier to split them into movies, because then you're not really. I mean, if you do the whole lot, like, you could be a 3-hour podcast like talking about.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean,
sort of
how about we throw it out to the people who's watching this? Is there anything Transformers wise, or maybe not even Transformers wise, that you would like us to speak about? You know, that not many people do speak about, and we can give our thoughts about it.
Yeah. You see the unpopular opinions on anything or whatever.
Yeah.
Drop it in the comment section below if you'd like us to discuss it, and maybe if it's a really good one, who knows? Maybe we'll get them on as a special guest to talk about it themselves. If it's a really good one, and if they're happy enough to come on, or if they just want to hear us talk about it, then happy days. We will talk about it. Me and John will talk about any topic, whatever you're looking to talk about or would like to hear our thoughts on. Drop it down in the comment section below. So we'll roll on now to the joke section. John, you ready? Then joke after I wanted to start.
I'm ready. I'll let you go first this week. I'm ready. I'm going to all here.
So I've got two sort of lined up.
All right.
So I've got. I like going outdoors. It's so much safer than going out windows.
Oh God! I'm not. No. We should do. You know what we should do? Right? You know what we should do? We should tell each other jokes. Have you ever seen them? Right, where the two lads tell each other jokes and they can't laugh.
We
and
should
if they
do
laugh, they fail. We should do that.
Take a mouthful of water. then you can't hide it. Then
I mean, like that. You'd be all over computer screen. Right. Okay. Right. Okay. Do you know, I found a wooden shoe in my toilet. It was clogged. Got ya?
As soon as you started that, I was just going, where is this going? Let's get close.
Right, straight face. Start again. There we go. Da-da-da.
I just got fired from my job at the bank.
Oh, yeah.
A lady asked me to check her balance, so I pushed her over.
That's something I'd do that. Oh my God. You're going to make me choke here. Excuse me. Right, okay. Okay, where was that one I found? Here we go. I had a dream that I weighed less than 1,000th of a gram. I was like, oh my God. Did I get it?
I missed the start of it.
Oh, bugger! No! I said, I had a dream that I weighed less than 1,000th of a gram.
Right.
I was like, oh my God. Oh, OMG. See, it's not as funny when I told you, say, I'm getting another one. Hold on, wait a minute.
Yeah, do another one, do it, because I missed the start of that one, and then it just, whenever you have to explain it.
Oh no, this is typical bad dad joke. This. I used to hate facial hair, but then it grew on me.
Yeah. that is 100% dad joke material.
Yeah, that's dad joke material. Have you seen that video circling around of them kids saying the dad joke survivors?
No.
If I find that, I'll send you. Yeah, I couldn't. It's even got the eerie, sad music that goes with it. My dad said to me, and they're like, the dead stern and sullen in the face. And I'm just like, I'm saying that.
I think, did you send that? Or you put that on a story or something that I see? I think I did see something about a
Possibly,
kid.
yeah. It was on a story on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I think I liked it, I think.
But
We got any more?
no, well, I've nothing
Damn it.
saved anyway. You could go on
All
a
right.
roll by the looks of it tonight.
Yeah, I've literally got all the. I've got the page here that I was using the last time. I was like, haha, I'm bringing it up this time.
Keep them saved up, like, and then, well, obviously we'll be doing more of these. Like, whoever we're getting on live, we'll get them to look at a couple of dad jokes, see how they get on with it. Because we'll be on live, we'll maybe do that where you have to sit still and see who makes who laugh. Make it in there. I think it'll be really good. But
yes, definitely got to do that.
Yeah, we'll end the recording now, and then that'll be us.
Okay.
So after those terrible jokes, we'll have to be there for this month, guys.
Yours were worse.
I hope you enjoyed the podcast. We definitely enjoy making the podcast.
Yes.
Like we said in the discussion bit, if there's any topics you'd like us to discuss, if you're maybe happy to come on as a guest to discuss the topic, we'll be happy to have you along. But if you don't want to come on camera, that's perfectly fine too. If you just drop it in, any unpopular topics that you would like to see us touch on, and see what our thoughts and feelings are, then definitely put it in the comment section below. Or alternatively,
not Rumble versus Frenzy.
Yes, no Rumble.
Just saying.
Rumble is blue, Frenzy is red. That's
correct. Yes, that's the way. Discussion over. That's it. Done. Right. Sorry. Go carry on.
As I say, alternatively, if you want to just message me or John on Instagram, and we can get talking there as well. So that's it for this episode of Nerd You Later. Until next time, guys, stay awesome.